It's the end of the world as we know it. I just had to say that for this particular video title of the video. As you all know, that date that all those bullshitters are on about, the 21st, is coming. In fact, it's Friday, Unix Day, as I call it. Because that's when I do Unix systems and we get to program in C. And, well, you know what will happen? On Friday, I will be programming in Unix on C. I will go home that night and return back to the family. I will need to decide over the course of the week what sort of stuff to take back home. Maybe I'll take my routers and switches back home to play with. Take a few Huskies. Take along the Beeb. That kind of stuff. Mr. Phillips fluorescent light that I've just done a teardown of can go and skip. Preferably just lob it in because I love just smashing stuff. It's fun. Oh, I have never gotten that destructive streak out of me. Never. And of course, yeah, and then you've got this misinterpretation of the Mayan calendar that says the apocalypse will be now. In fact, if you actually account for leap years and that, it was quite a way back. I don't know the exact day it was, but hey, it's like, it's the only thing that's unique about this occasion is it's not some religious cult somewhere deciding the end of the world is nigh. It's some sort of collective of stupid people, basically. And if that offends you, well, so be it, because believing that, well, it's stupid. It's a stupid thing to believe. One thing is a misinterpretation. It's basically the same principle as saying this EEPROM has all the secret codes of all the secret things that hold all the secret things within the secret things, and these secret things are linked to an ancient facility developed in the Cold War. It started in the 50s and then went through to the 70s, 80s where significant progress was made. Some say this machine was capable of controlling the weather, and mysteriously in the early 80s the project was halted for unknown reasons. But potentially this facility has the power to destroy the world. And just to cover the plot hole of people ending it by stamping on the EEPROM, it also has the power to save the world from its current global problems of global warming and environmental issues. There you go, then there's a reason for the EEPROM just not to be stamped on, which is quite often missed in a lot of films and media. That you don't just ask, why don't they just destroy this thing? There's this chip that they're after, it's like in the third of like Home Alone. Why doesn't the kid just stamp on the chip and just end it, then the bad guys can't get hold of it? Sorted. It's the same principle as that. It's all just bullshit someone made up, basically, in this case. This being an EEPROM that's critical. It's not even made in the fucking 80s for one thing. It's made in 96 for one thing. So you can call bullshit just on date code alone. It's the same thing. That's just bullshit I just made up as an example to sort of justify my statement there. That's all it is a misinterpretation of the Mayan calendar, which when you actually look what it says, it's so vague that it could be like anyone says, oh, the end of the world will be on this date. Leave off of maybe a few things, stick a year, and well, give it enough time, a few thousand odd years, and maybe some sort of something, you like they say about September and how they predict September. Give it enough years and something similar will happen on the date predicted. Just needs a lot of years for the chance to happen, because there's a lot of other things that could happen instead. It's all probability. There's nothing that actually threatens it, and then I hear that they're going to be some sort of spiritual awakening now. Funny how they changed the tone. Why don't they just admit they're wrong? And just say, oh, we're sorry for all this, like, bullshit we came up with, but, yeah, I think I'm going to look at things in a different light from now on and actually start looking at things objectively and from a rational point of view. No, they won't do that. They'll just come up with another bullshit apocalypse date. It's like with the 2000s millennium bug. God, that was all over the bloody news. I remember I didn't know what the hell it was. I thought it was some sort of computer virus. It was like, well, it hasn't affected our computer, so what's the problem? Our computer in the study was fine, so what was the problem? I could still play my games and I was happy. And it was this whole thing, all the news. Even if that did happen, all the clocks went tits up and no one actually patched the systems that needed patching, you know what would have happened? A few clocks would have been wrong here and there. Okay, so a few satellites would have been off guidance and that. It wouldn't have led to bloody nukes just randomly launching because the computers suddenly think it's 1900. No. Hell, I've got the date on that set to the 1900s. Does it start trying to launch some missile from an ICBM facility silo that's long abandoned 20 odd years ago? No, it just kind of just rolls with it. Anything to do with these apocalypse predictions, call bullshit on them, because that's what they are. They're nothing more than bullshit people have come up with, and they come up with a few loose things here and there to try and justify them. But you can't. It's like it's every single one. It's like all these. It's normally something exclusive to religious cults, but there is the odd like collective one that gets out into the general public, like the millennium bug and this one. It is utterly ridiculous. Also, currently it's Monday, and I got through my telephone interview. Yay! I succeeded! I hate speaking on the telephone, so it's a huge achievement for me. But yeah, any apocalypse, call bullshit on it, but that's what it is. The only thing humans are capable of is it's not even 100% guaranteed, but it's not amazingly impossible. Yes, humans might decide to nuke each other to death at some point. That's really the only thing that is realistic to happening. I mean, even the asteroids and that are flying around in space are no real imminent danger for the next God knows how many years, because you've got the scientists who monitor them, so if one ever does decide to become a threat, they can develop a solution to just blow them out of orbit. Even systems like that are under development, so even asteroids and comets would lose their threat. And when did the last asteroid or comet hit? Back near the dinosaur period. And life continued to evolve, so yeah, life is pretty versatile. And even nuclear war, some life would probably still survive. Bacteria would. You'd still get life that survived, then it just re-evolve. A few million years down the line, you've got another civilization that's formed from the ashes of this particular one, which wiped itself out. Things just carry on. It's as simple as that. There's no real apocalypse when a sun's supernovas. Life just carries on elsewhere. Another sun is born from that death of that sun. An apocalypse is bullshit, basically. And on that, well, bombshell, it's time to go. Oh, it's 23% complete. Husky videos, for all those of you who are bored of the Husky videos. Just for you. Thanks for watching.